First of all, what were your initial reactions to Sarah Palin's answers to Andrea's questions?
You know, I think that Sarah Palin, I'm just going to be blunt, I think a lot of George W. Bush's bigger problems over the past 8 years on some policy issues was the fact at times that he couldn't explain them effectively to the American people. I always was stunned that, you'd have foreign leaders come to America and make a better case for what we were doing overseas than George W. Bush. And Tony Blair was the best example. Gave just a stirring defense of the war on terror. And the bigger... I hear Sarah Palin here, and I just wonder if she doesn't have a compelling narrative. Carlos, what I'm hearing from here, it sounds like if Sarah Palin could say, I could have stayed here, and say this more effectively, I could have stayed for another year and a half. But come on, it's not about me. Let's face it. I'm taking pot shots from Democrats across the country. Republicans are going after me. I've got all of these ethics investigations. They're not doing this because I'm Sarah Palin, Alaska governor. They're doing this because I'm Sarah Palin, conservative leader. Alaskans deserve more than that. I am sorry. I apologize to you, the people of Alaska. I have become a distraction. I am sorry that I've become a distraction. It's not of my doing. For the best interest of Alaska, I'm going to step down. I've got a very able lieutenant governor. He can run this state over the next month, year and a half. And you know what? I'm just going to have to fight these fights on the sidelines.
No two ways about it. I agree that she could have explained it a lot more effectively. Here's what's odd, though. I think that for all of this, and it's going to sound crazy to people, I think I still give her a chance in 2012 in those early states. I think when all is said and done, the fact that Mike Huckabee won in a place like Iowa, that people look around and sometimes consider in small retail politics, you never know what can happen.
Eugene.
Let's bring in Eugene Robinson.
Hi.
Hi, your thoughts on how Carol
Yeah, my thoughts are, I think Joe's got a good point about her inability to express it as well as Joe just did, what she's trying to do. But in the final analysis, I think, she might do well in those early states in 2012. Those voters will be sorry, I think, because in the end, I really believe Sarah Palin, she's a fascinating person. Looks like she's a lot of fun to go fishing with. She's got a compelling personality, a compelling story. But the way she has run out on the citizens of Alaska, tells you something, and it tells you something that I think we saw a bit of in the campaign. And she's not. I just don't think she has the rigor and the determination to actually get things done the way somebody who wants to be president of the United States needs to have it. And she's going to let them down. She's going to flake out on them, and I think they'll be sorry.
That's awfully tough.
I thought I disagree with you and you because I think she said several times, you're not listening to me. This will cost the state more, and that's what I'm not about. That's number one. And number two, I just, think if she were a man, it'd be easier. I think she's got 5 kids to raise, and I think she has a lot of things that she just can't say yet because people aren't ready for it. People weren't ready for a lot of what she has to offer. When she came onto the national stage, people like Maria and me were excited about what she brought to the table. But a lot of women wrote a lot of really bad things about the kind of mother she is and this overzealous desire to work or to achieve or for success. I think she's balancing more than you guys are giving her credit for, and I think she did a great job in that interview.
And Gene, you've written her off. Don't you think it's a little early to write Sarah Palin off? There's 2016. There's 2020. She's young.
No, that's true. She's a young woman, and so no. I think she's written off for 2012. I just don't think it's going to happen for her then. But that's probably okay. And so maybe there is 2016 and beyond for her. Mika, that's a fascinating point. And I know we've discussed this before. There is something there with Sarah Palin, and there is something exciting about her persona, with
it's
the
her
family,
ability.
the way she. the way she approaches the balancing between family and job there's something new there, and there's something I can see would be really interesting and exciting, especially for a lot of career women.
How about groundbreaking?
To see she's doing it a different way.
Because it's her ability to fall flat on her face and get up and dust herself off and keep on going. You talk to any working mothers who have one baby, their first baby. They act like their world is coming to an end. They can't get through the day. Many of them quit. I'm sorry, hate me for this, but they can barely get through. She is 5. Her last child is a special needs child, and somehow she got through the past year. Yeah. I have a hard time bashing her. I agree. I really do.
But me.
Yeah. I don't doubt that that's there.
Mika, this is in a sense unfair, but this is the way it is. I mean, if you're going to be a pioneer, you're gonna take shots that people who come after you don't take. And it was true for African Americans. It's been true for women. It's true for anybody who wants to enter a new space and blaze a trail.
So
and it requires a kind of toughness and a kind of focus and a kind of relentless determination to get things done one step at a time that I frankly don't see in Sarah Palin. She has certainly a desire to get things done, but it's more in kind of leaps.
I think we need to make a bet, you and me, Eugene.
You can't make the leap.
I bet you that you're wrong, and that actually, unfortunately, she is exactly what you described. I don't agree with a lot of what she stands for, but I support her drive, and I have to say she's been a terrible candidate, but I do not think that will make her go away. I think she's doing what she has to do, and there are a lot of reasons why she may be making the choices she's making, and I don't think she owes you or you an explanation on that.
I'm just sitting here, Gene, we're getting attacked here.
I think this will help her in the end.
Yes,
I do. I think it will help her to get out of the way, stop being a distraction, and rehabilitate herself on her own time. I think this will end up helping her.
I will say this, though. I think the way she pulled out was not architected well.
That's true.
I'm not saying pulling out
a lot of what she's done was not architected well.
Yeah, I don't think that was architected well, and I think she could have stepped away and could have explained it better and done it better and left people with the impression that, you know what, she didn't finish the game, but she's still competent enough to be my leader.
Did your guy know Bill Sapphire?
Yeah.
Boy.
Can we ask him if architected is a word or not? Maybe we can get it in the lexicon. Gene, you have been
I love that word, architected. I think it's a stunningly good word.
Okay, I want to read this really quickly. Stanley Fish. You ever read Stanley Fish in the New York Times, Gene?
I sure did. I read that piece.
It's a really good piece. He says, I didn't vote for Sarah Palin in the November election. I've been a resident of South Carolina. I wouldn't have supported Mark Sanford. But I find their failings, and in the case of Sanford, their sins more palatable than the behavior of the pundits who are having so much fun at their expense. He then talks about me and some others in a not positive light. And then he said, Sanford's actions were without doubt foolish, reprehensible, and incredibly maladroit. Another good word. But they were also real. So what's the bottom line? Fish concludes, simple. Sanford is in love. Palin is in pain. Sometimes what it seems to be is what it is. I thought that was a nice, eloquent statement.
She's sick of being a punching bag. She's exhausted. She's going to get out of the way.
And Gene and I are exhausted, too, because of the abuse that's been heaped upon us by Mika Brzezinski. I think I need to take a couple days off.
Mika, maybe we could architect her a vacation. I don't know.
I should bet you a bottle of vodka, and it better be a good one since you're going to lose. That you're wrong. Eugene Robinson,
okay,
thank you
it's a bet.
Very much.
Thank you so much.